everyone to another video from Q5of5 Solutions. You're currently watching the support videos for the British International Distance College Accounting module. I'm taking you through assignment number 4 so you can see how I would approach the question in terms of getting answers for those questions. Please visit the website for more content and resources to help you. If you are on Instagram and Twitter, consider following our pages and subscribe and keep watching our YouTube channel. We've completed 4 of the 5 questions. We're going to be looking at the last question, which is number 5 in assignment number 4. Let's begin. Question number 5 states, at 30 April 2016, Charles's cash book showed a debit balance of 8224 in his bank account. His bank statement showed a credit balance of 8926 at the same date. Charles checked his cash book entries to the bank statement. The following items had been entered in his cash book but were not in the bank statement. So those are transactions that we need to provide for. And then they tell us the following items had been entered in the bank statement but not in the cash book. Number A says, make any additional entries that are required in Charles's cash book and calculate the new cash book balance at 30 April. B, prepare a statement to reconcile the bank statement balance to the amended cash book balance as at 30th April. So we're doing a bank reconciliation here. That's the focus. Bank recon. With the bank recon, you're obviously going to have cash books, so cash receipts and cash payments, and I'm going to draw up a T account as well. So let's first draw up a T account for bank. And bank will have a balance to start with because this is the general ledger. So at the beginning they said at 30 September Charles's cash book showed a debit balance. So that's his cash book of 8224 in his bank account. So I need to show a debit here of 8224 balance. And then they told us that the bank statement balance, which is the bank reconciliation, so let's write that down. Bank balance as per the bank statement. They said the bank balance on the bank statement showed a credit balance of 8926. That's what they told us. Then they've given us some info here. They said the following items had been entered in his cash book but were not on the bank statement. So if we've got things that we've captured but the bank hasn't, that means our books are correct and the banks aren't, so we need to reconcile. An amount of 1270 paid into the bank on the 29th of April. So that's an outstanding deposit. An outstanding deposit wasn't taken into consideration, and we need to provide for that here on the bank reconciliation statement. The next point says checks sent to suppliers. So these are obviously outstanding because they're not showing on the bank statement. So outstanding checks or payments that are outstanding, number 324, number 326, and number 327. These are checks that were issued and haven't gone through the bank statement yet. 600, 1215, and 494. Those are amounts that are outstanding. Then they tell us the following items had been entered in the bank statement but not in the cash book. So that means we need to adjust our records. So we'll have a cash receipts journal or cash book receipts and cash book payments. So I'm going to call it the cash receipts journal. cash payments journal. We're going to show bank here, bank there, and we're going to look at those amounts that need to be updated and recorded in the actual tier account for the cash receipts and payments. We need to start with totals. Did they give us totals here? No, they didn't, so we're going to have to just process these amounts. The following items had been entered in the bank statement but not in the cash book. A dividend received from Ono Limited for 400. If it's a dividend that's received, it's going to go here. It's going to increase our bank, so 400. An amount of 336 received by bank gyro from A Kimber. So that was received by bank gyro from A Kimber. This was amounts that were entered in the bank statement but not in the cash book. An amount of 336 received by bank. Credit transfer from A Kimber. So that's a direct deposit. So that would have been here, direct deposit. 336. It came from A Kimber. Then 3. A payment of 325 made by standing order to fire and theft insurance companies. So that's a debit order that would go here for insurance. Right. What did they say? They said it was a standing order. Right. Stop order or debit order. That's what we would refer to it as. Then we've got 325 here as a payment for insurance. Then number 4, a check for 920 from Tony had been returned by the bank as dishonored. So a dishonored check would always go here. Check RD referred to drawer, and that came from Tony 920. Then bank charges of 128. Bank charges have to be recorded. An amount of 300 received from Miss T. The bank has credited this item to Charles's account in error. That's a mistake. An amount of 300 received from Miss T. The bank has credited this item to Charles's account in error. So that's a bank error. Bank error. An amount of 300 received from Miss T. The bank has credited this item. Incorrect credit. So we're going to have to fix that, or the bank is going to have to fix that, and when they do, they're going to process 300 there. So then I'm going to total up. That was the last point. Yes, it was. So total this, and then I'm going to get the receipts and payment adjustments. Add up that and add up this. I'm going to then record those adjustments here. Total receipts from the cash receipts journal, total payments from the cash payments journal, and then I'm going to balance this account off. Balance the left and the right. The debits are looking bigger. Balance carried down, balance brought down. And I've got an amount of 7587. Right, I need to confirm if the internal records match with the external records. So I'm going to be summing up the credits on this side because that looks bigger than the debits. This minus the debits gives me 7587, and if you have done it correctly, this should be the balance as per the general ledger account. So you should be getting this balancing with that, and if those two amounts are the same, then you know you've accounted for the adjustments and corrections correctly. And that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you found these videos helpful. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you have any comments, post them below and consider liking the video, and we'll keep creating more to help you.
Mm-hmm.